Some Italian Americans just forget where they came from. But this commenter does remember, and she says her great-grandparents had to change their name just to get a job. But if you're searching for some of your history, here's a great place to start. Check out Google Arts and Culture, where you can view exhibits from museums around the world. And that includes the Italian American Museum of Los Angeles. And I'm going to take you through their exhibit called Dago, a history of anti-Italianism. Between 1880 and 1920, as the economic crisis following Italy's unification worsened and political and social unrest intensified, an estimated 4 million Italians, the majority of whom were impoverished southern Italians from regions such as Sicily, Calabria, Campania, and Abruzzo, immigrated to the United States. And remember, the commenter that I am replying to had initially talked about her family and their experience in New York when they arrived. They had trouble even getting a job, and so that's part of the reason she says they changed their name. But notice this public notice about wages in New York City. The white laborers made the most money, those who were black made somewhere in the middle, and the Italians the least, between $1.15 and $1.25 an hour in 1895 for this project. Eugenicists and social Darwinists asserted that Italians were a subhuman race, the missing link between humans and apes. The caption of this cartoon, published in Life magazine in the early 1900s, is meant to be read in broken English with an Italian accent. The Italian shoe shiner, or WAP, possesses ape-like features, carries a stiletto knife, is of low intelligence and childlike in his reasoning, and eats garlic and spaghetti. During a congressional hearing in the 1890s, a member of the committee asked a construction boss, "You don't call an Italian a white man?" "No, sir," the boss replied. "An Italian is a dago." By the late 19th and early 20th century, Italian immigrants had become the nation's underclass. Nativist cartoons such as this depicted Italians as rats arriving at American shores with knives and pistols in their mouths. Derogatory terms including guinea, wop, which is likely a corruption of the southern Italian word guapo, which means thug, and ethnic slurs such as dago became part of the country's vocabulary. Francis Amasa Walker, president of MIT from 1881 to 1897 and the director of the United States Census in 1870 and 1880, said, "The peasants from southern Italy, Hungary, Austria, and Russia are beaten men from beaten races representing the worst failures in the struggle for existence. Without racial immigration restriction, every foul and stagnant pool of population in Europe will be decanted upon our shores." If some of the best and brightest thought this way, what did others think? Like and follow for part 2.